Hi, Bo here from iTech Investment, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to have a look at one of our most simple EAs that we have in our arsenal and in our portfolio. It is actually so simple that you can actually get this particular one also for free. If you go to your MT4 platform, you will actually have this particular indicator. All that has happened for this particular EA here has been automated. It runs by itself 5 days a week on the Forex market, and you can use that particular one in here. So it is very beginner friendly, and at the same time it is also US compliant. So that again means that you only have one trade at a time, you have a stop loss, and you also have a take profit in here. Now, I made a video a couple of months ago for this particular one where we were trying to get 100% win rate, both on the back testing, which we actually succeeded on different currency pairs, and I'll make sure that I have the link for this video description below also, so you can go back and have a closer look at that one. But also, as we went forward, we could see that some of the ones on the accounts and the currency pairs actually did quite well. It kept within either 80-90% or even the 100 as we tested. And today we're actually going to have a look back after around 90 days or 3 months, exactly how they are doing, which currency pairs are actually the best ones to trade in here, because we can see there is a very good trend here at the moment developing from this particular EA, that things are moving forward despite the vital and simple nature of this particular EA in here that doesn't even have any filters. Well, this is what it looks like here today after about 3 months. And if we have a closer look at some of the results here also, we can actually see the trend is very clear. Things are going up. Yes, there will be times where it's going to have several losses in here, which also happened about a month ago. And basically we have to make some adjustments. But overall, this very, very simple EA seems to producing the goods over time. So now it's just a matter of tweaking it to make sure we get a bit more out of it. But today's video here is going to go through exactly the win rates, which ones are the best ones to look into, to test. Or you can obviously also go with some of the best results on the copy link service, as we are adding more and more of these signals in here, and you can then benefit from that too. So let's get into the video. Let's see exactly which ones are the best, which ones are on the top. So the data we're going to use to show you this today is from FX Blue. We linked up all our 20 simple EAs to the same portfolio in here, and that's what you're looking at. You can see that the balance we have, it started off with 6,000, so basically accounts of $300 each, and then 20 of them, that gives 6,000. It's now up to 6,624. And in this particular case here on the equity, we're actually up on the equity also. So if we wanted to pull out, so the money right now from this account, we are in positive, means we will actually get more out than the balance that you have in here. If you're normally doing grid trading, it will be reversed. Floating profit and loss, as you can see, plus 30. So that is what makes up the difference. Closing profits already 624. Free margin, there is plenty of free margin, 6,572. As we said, only one trade per currency pair at a time. And if we go and have a closer look, we can also see that the total return so far from FX Blue has been calculated to 15.4%. You might think that is a bit low when we are considering we have a history of 97 days. But again, this is starting off as a test. We are not so interested in how much profit it can make straight away. We want to make sure that they are profitable first. Once they are profitable, then they're good and stable. You can always tweak the lot size afterwards. Right now, you just want to have a good indication. So the monthly returns calculated 4.3, weekly returns 1%, and then peak drawdown is around minus 4.3. So all of these are definitely something you can live with. Trade wins in here also 68.7%, so that's good, with a profit factor of 1.35. So strong numbers. Trades per day 3.5. Yes, in order to get a high win rate, basically we have less trading in here. We want to have less trading and only trading that we are winning. That is obviously the name of the game. We won't happen every single time. That is just the way it is, but you can see the number of trades. There's quite a few, and it looks like it's spread evenly out on these 20 different currency pairs. So I can see that's a low one here, 5.1%. The top one seems to be this is the Euro New Zealand, 12.3, but otherwise they are divided pretty well. There's a small little red one in here, that is the Aussie Swiss francs, so there's only 5 trades so far. But overall, let's go and have a look at the stats for it, see exactly where we come out. And again, the stats is the same as I mentioned here before. Balance and equity, floating profit or loss, 21.26. And if we then go and have a closer look at the winning and losing days, so we have winning days down here, we had at 45, losing days is 23. So obviously when you are running a grid system, you won't have that. And that is obviously what traders doesn't like if they haven't tried this particular way of operating with take profit and stop loss before. Then people get a bit scared when you look at it on a day-to-day basis. If you look on a weekly basis, have a closer look. Now all of a sudden this particular EA has actually 12 winning weeks and only 2 losing, so definitely that calms most of the people down, saying overall the math is 4, we're gonna win over time. And then as we go to the month, we have 3 winning months and 1 losing one, and we're going to have a closer look at that, of course. Closed trades 228 that we have won, 104 that was lost. And if we have a look again at the winners, again the trades are here, the profits 2,401, and then we lost 1,777. So overall, with all the trades, we made $624 so far. If we go and have a closer look at the individual days, this is the net profits. Individual days are over here. We can see that we're making 2, 7, 20, 54, 27, and then we have some small losses also in here. And it can be a bit difficult to see exactly which ones are working out and which ones are not. There's a good day, 61, but we also have minus days of minus 44. So let's try and go to the weekly chart instead. We can see that we started off at end of May. That's also why we have 4 months in total in here, even though we haven't traded a full 4 months. But we have a couple of good weeks, so they are looking quite well. We can zoom in slightly here just to get the numbers a bit bigger. So net profits again, 5,920. 29, 44, then we have a losing week here of minus 21, and then we are making that up the next week and again, and then we have a bit of a dip in it. So we had a huge loss for that particular week here of minus 154, and that's where a lot of traders all of a sudden is going to pull out, don't think the EA is working anymore, take the money and run. And obviously you can see even the week after it didn't do much in here, a bit of plus and minus because we did have 14 trades in here. So we ended up pretty much even Steven. The week after, then all of a sudden the profit is coming back to us, and now it looks like it's good and stable again. And if we have a look also on a monthly basis, first one was 92, 267, and then we have in here also a small little minus of minus 96, and now for the month of August we have 360. So it's looking pretty good overall. So if you go over to the chart for a sec, you can see when we had that month that was bad, that was actually back in here. And again, there's nothing really wrong with the indicator. So what has actually happened at that particular time in here, there was a lot of news coming out. Again, most of the relevant news actually came from US. It spiked some of the things, and particularly again, because you don't have a news filter on this particular EA, we are not stopping the trades. The ones that are already going will obviously either take profit or stop out, and that will go very, very quickly when you get news out, like we did at that particular time in here. But that is the nature of this particular EA. You can have a filters like the ADX, but I'm not even sure that that would have helped very much at the time. If we go to the simple parts in here, you'll obviously notice that there's quite a few and we can have all of them on the screen. So let's just go and make this a bit bigger for you, and we'll make sure that we have everything in. So the first part that we're interested in obviously the winners. So we want to have 100% win rate if possible. We actually have two. We have Aussie Swiss francs that's actually done 5 trades and won them all. We have the New Zealand USD that has done 2, both of them very nice and positive. And then we actually drop not even 90%, but 83. But when you look at it, you can see there's only been 6 trades. So again, this EA is not trading much, and we won 5 out of the 6 ones. So we are still good, and we're also positive on the net profits. So the net profit is the one that you have here. And then it'll drop to the 80s. There's also a few here in the 70s, so they are not looking too bad. And then the bottom ones that we have is going into the 50s, and we can still see the net profit is still actually good. There's one here, so 58% on the win rate. We have 33 trades and 19 of them are winners, so there's quite a few losers in here also, but still we are actually making money on this, so that is good. Obviously, if we can improve a bit and get the win rate up, it will be even better. 54, we have small loss over here, and then we have quite a few losses. We have one that is at 0. Again, there's only been 1 trade happening. Other one is 33, 3 trades, and we have 1 winner, so obviously that is not enough at the time. The next part that you want to have a look at is the net profits. So which ones are the ones that are actually making the most at the end of the day? It's not necessarily the one that has the highest percentage. And when you look at the Euro Great British Pounds, as we do here, 108, and the winning percentage is actually 71%. So we have 7 trades and 5 of them are winners. And that is actually the one that has created the most money so far. The next one here is the CAD Japanese. It has a lot more, 27 trades in here. 20 of them are won. Winning rate is 74. So still good of 92. The one that we spoke about before with the 33 trades and only 19 won. Winning rate of 58 is actually in the 3rd spot with $61. So don't get discouraged with some of these lower win rates. As long as the money is there, that is what it is all about. And then you have the first 100% coming in the 4th spot. And obviously that's what we would like to see all of the time, but it's simply not possible for some of them. And then we go into the 80s in percentage wise, 67, but we still have more than $53. That comes good. Despite we have, this one only has 3 trades overall, 2 of them are won, and there's nice and positive numbers in here. So it looks like a lot of them are good and set up. And the 100% we have, well, we only had 2 trades, and it seems to have taken in about roughly on average $21 each time. So that's quite good. And most of them almost all the way to the bottom here. There is 4 negatives at the moment. So one has done quite a few trades, 35, and only 19 wins. So the win rate is quite low, 54. And obviously that has slightly just gone into the negative with $5. And then we have one with 3 and one with 2 and 1. So they are obviously not trading so often. We did make some changes here recently, basically in the last couple of weeks, to see if we can get them up and running. But with so few trades, it takes a bit of time here before you can actually get the numbers correct and see if you're on your way. But definitely it looks like it based on the data that we have in here. So as you can see, this little EA is very, very simple, and it's still producing some very good results overall. As I mentioned in the beginning, it is US compliant, means that it's only doing 1 trade at a time. You have a take profit, you have a stop loss in here, which a lot of traders actually like. So it is the best and easiest way to get going if you are a US trader, or if you simply don't like the grid trading model in here, where you can have increased drawdown over time. This particular one here is very easy. It doesn't look like it's running away from you, as long as you always continue, of course, to trade it first on the demos to make sure that you get the expected results. Now, we do have also the Liberator version that we have tested, and that has also been going on. It is on our website too for more than a year. And that particular RSI indicator is one of the very, very well known and familiar to a lot of traders in here. There's another video, so if you are interested in using this particular indicator for other things than just the simple trading technique, then you can also try it out through this particular video in here, where you will see how the grid trading works, but it has a very safe entry again that should keep the drawdown very much under control. But don't forget, you and you alone are responsible for your own trading, your own investment. So this is simply just to show you and tell you exactly our results that we have now gotten over the past 3 months, and try to guide you in the direction of the currency pairs that should be working the best for you. So I hope this video was very informative for you. Please give us a thumbs up and a like. And if there's anything you would like to comment on, please do so. And I will, of course, get back to you. Otherwise, I'll see you on one of my other videos. Bye-bye.